Hello, YouTubers and my grandchildren and my children. I thought I'd do another video I haven't done for a while, and I just am as I am this morning. I turned on my computer and I saw a message from my grandson that was Earth Day. Yeah, I thought I'd just do a video just for the fun of it. It'll be part 2 of RVing, I think, and our space brothers and sisters. So why do I focus on that? Well, I think that they really exist. They're here, and sometimes even just like us, walking around. So anyway, I don't even know what I'm going to say here, and I don't have makeup on or anything. I'm in my pajamas. I've been sleeping in my RV. Got me a nice cup of coffee. I've gotten over lots and lots of allergies where I'm at. I think it must be that I'm not here next winter. I'll be in my RV somewhere. Anyway, this is my one grandson just kind of inspired me to do a video. And I know other people can watch this too, and maybe it lightens someone's heart. That's what I hope. And some kind of entertainment, and maybe even make you think. Anyway, what am I going to say here? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not all made up or anything like that. I'm getting older, and I think you guys should see me in all ways. Sometimes I put the makeup on and I think, gosh, and I think what comes out in your heart as you get older is more important. And so RVing and our space brothers and sisters. Well, why should I even go there? This is a hard thing to admit, and I hope it's not too hard for my grandchildren and my children. There's some things I don't even tell hardly anybody. I know these people exist because I had my own experience, and I won't talk about it too much here because it's nothing I admit to. And I'll bet you I'm just like a lot of people out there that won't either, because you know why? We get laughed at and we get ridiculed. And mine was in Salt Lake City, Utah, as I was sleeping outside with my friend Pam Peterson. And that was an interesting occasion. I know there's all kinds of stories out there about like bad guys, reptilians, those kind of things. Not in my universe, just not there. And to tell you the truth, I think it makes people afraid that people should be able to not be afraid. So anyway, I better have some more coffee. I read George Adamski's book for a certain reason. He talks about Venetians and Centurions. That's why I read his book. And his people are such good people and nice people and loving people. They wouldn't hurt anybody. They just wouldn't do it. And that's the kind of people I think that are space brothers and sisters. I don't know who these other people are. I think there's goodness out there. Sometimes I do contemplations or meditations, and I have one that I'm doing now that is a guided meditation along with some other things. And one of them is to focus on all your body, all the space that is your body, like in the quantum field, and then you go out further, 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 further. Well, what I love to do is to fly up above the earth, out into space, and I just kiss everything. The sun, Venus, you can see Jupiter out there very well. And I just feel so much love out there. And then when I come back, I think, I bet there are people with all these stories that are afraid to even use their imagination to do those things. Because I just don't know about that stuff. And I don't want to focus on it. I've watched some of it on Gaia TV. Um, I just don't know. I'm just not sure about that stuff. Anyway, so I don't think this will be a very long. Where are we? 5 minutes, 15 seconds. A very long video. I think what all things are about with our space brothers and sisters is that they really. I still got allergies in my eyes. Excuse me. Is they are heart people. Except these. I hope I don't get in trouble here and get nasty comments. I've looked into the Billy Meyer thing some. I don't know about the Plegarians or whatever. Yeah, I don't know where their heart is. Philosophy is great and wanting to help us and everything, but they're very aloof ETs. Nah, I tried to look into it and see what I thought about it, but that was the conclusion that I came to. I'm not sure who those people are. Anyway, we'll go back to the good guys that have a heart. And I think that we are having visitations. I think that communications, and I think that they love us dearly. They're just our family, and they would like for us to evolve past our horrible barbarianism that we have on this planet, where we hurt each other and we have such greed and everything's about money, and it's nothing, everybody's judged, on things that are very temporary and don't really matter. The things that really do matter are the things found in your heart and who you become. And that's why, you can just see me without makeup and all that. It's getting less and less more important to me. It's what we learn in our hearts. And on this planet, it is Earth Day. Here we go. It looks like there's some kind of thing coming up. It is Earth Day. And I really think it's going to be the millennials especially. I've got 2 millennials. I think I have one, I'm a baby boomer, and my other daughter is, what would she be? I think they're the X generations. They actually did quite well for themselves, and quite frankly, they didn't have it all that easy, and they kind of don't like us sometimes, the baby boomers, because we didn't know it, but we really kind of neglected them, and there weren't a lot of good daycare back then. I got this information off of a thing I listened to on Coast to Coast. It's called, what's it called? Fourth Turn. Anyway, it goes by generations. Anyway, I do think it's the millennials, and also and I can't remember what they're called past the millennials. Anyway, this next generation, they're going to industry that we have now that is so destructive. I'm ill from industrial farming. I lost my ability to breathe on my own. And I all of a sudden had all these horrendous health challenges and issues that has absolutely devastated my life. Well, these next generations are going to put it back together and heal the earth. And their industry, which, maybe we could get rid of the word industry. Industrial, music industry, the health industry, all these strange industries. Maybe we should just get rid of the word industry. They're going to find a way to put the world and purify it and cleanse it, and even with many people find creative solutions to the earth that help replenish it and heal it, because this is our home. If we destroy it, and what right do we have to destroy all life here on this planet? Where will we live? And so many think, nothing's going to happen to this planet, but it has happened on other planets. So we better take care of this one and love it and connect with it. And the earth has quite a wisdom in itself. If you sit down and be quiet and close your eyes and just feel the earth. Go out in nature though, because our cities are so wild with electricity and Wi-Fi and all these electrical things. We are electrical beings, please. This is one thing I hope my grandchildren and my children understand is we are electrical beings. This is science. And we are being bombarded by all this other electrical interference that is also too interfering with our ability to even think, our ability to have our health. It's breaking it down in another way. So go out in nature. And there's nothing more healing than to be out in Mother Earth. She is our mother. And just feel her. So that's what I would do today, and I may just very well do that today. Go back up in those mountains and walk around and feel that goodness that replenishes me instead of draining me, which, sometimes, cities can be as exciting and all that, but they can be also overstimulating because there's so much activity that I think sometimes we cannot settle down. So we must find ways to settle down. One of my guided meditations now is a man, Dr. Dispenza. I really like him. And I've been doing what I call contemplation meditations. I don't know. I'm going here on 30 years. So I know how to use my imagination. But he talks about the different states of the brain. Now, this is interesting. And this is something for the kids to even delve into, is that there's different levels. You want to find time during the day to get out of beta. And people, a lot of us, there's so much trauma and in people these days. They're in high beta, which is not good. They get out of the beta state and then get into the alpha state and then get into the theta state, which I will tell you this, is so very magical. It's slippery. It's hard to stay there. It's the state right before you go off dreaming. In my discipline, we practice getting into that state and going even beyond that and become still aware as we go into our dreams, which can actually be quite interesting. It's not an easy place to stay aware in, though. You slip into dreams or unconsciousness very easily. It's an art. Anyway, these are different levels of brain waves, and many of us need for our health, regardless of what your religion or anything might be, is to find a way every day to get into those states and just stay there for a bit. And I think being out in Mother Earth supports that, helping you get into that state. I think we have many things where we just can't settle down and we can't get into those states, and we're missing the most creative part of ourselves. I say create in theta. That's what I say. So I'd love for you to discover that, because it's real. It's a part of us. Human beings are so much more than they even know. It's a wonderful adventure to be here. So go out there and enjoy the earth. She loves you. She is like a goddess. All our planets are. They're emitting radio waves. They sing a song, all of them together. I listened to one thing on Coast to Coast one night where they had recorded all the radio waves of our planet, of our solar system. It was like a song, the most beautiful song. I wish I could find that video again and even just keep a recording of it, download a recording just of that on my computer, because it's absolutely beautiful. Everything's alive, and everything is, everything is connected. We're all connected. We are not disconnected. We're connected to even the space around us and beyond. So that's what I have to say, RVing and our space brothers and sisters, part 2. And they are loving beings. They have gotten past some of the passions that we haven't, and they love us dearly and hope that we too discover who we really, really are. So love to you all. Oh, we always have Furby, don't we? I don't know what he's going to say. You know, Furby, I'd love for you to say something else than, hey, I'm Furby. But he might not. We got to let Furby be.
Hey, me, Furby.
Well, that's okay. Hey, Furby. Hey, Furby. I love you.
Me, you. Ho.
Hey, Furby. I love you.
Me, love you.
See, isn't that nice? Furby talks in another language, and the more you say to this interesting little computer here, AI here, the more you say, hey, Furby, I love you, the more interesting Furby gets. And I think that's how life is. So go out and say, hey, I love you, all over the place and see what happens. All right. Love to all.